Previously on X-Men, the podcast that looks at X-Men comics, movies, shows, characters, and more. I'm Hillary.
I'm Nick.
I ran through that really fast.
You did. Just rapid fire.
If I don't say it quick, I won't be able to say it.
Second nature, yeah. But when Eric tries to say it, he can't.
Yeah, I heard that. He's
too
like,
rusty.
movies.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Comic books.
He doesn't know. Bless his little heart.
Anyway, so we're back to talking about X-Men Evolution, and
Yeah.
we've got 2 episodes today, Speed and Spyke and Middleverse.
That's right.
And this, I actually kind of wish Eric was here because they said Middleverse, and I was like, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I got.
Okay. Okay.
So Eric would know, and
Yeah.
he's probably listening and being like, it's this thing. That was him
Yeah,
explaining.
no, he would do that. Just call him up.
Yeah, I should. Anyway, so first of all, we're going to talk about Speed and Spyke.
Okay, let me hit you with some facts. Speed and Spyke first aired on December 2nd, 2000. Remember the year 2000?
In the year 2000.
That's right.
If you get that reference, you're old.
Old now. Written by Bob Forward, directed by Gary Graham. So that name stood out to me because I'm a Star Trek guy, and I know that he's Soval on Star Trek Enterprise. He also plays Detective Sykes on Alien Nation, which was kind of a cult hit sci-fi show. And I didn't realize he was a director, and I looked into it. And outside of X-Men Evolution, he is not a director. He has directed 20 episodes of this show, and that is the extent of his directing career.
That's so many episodes.
I know.
To be the only thing that you've done.
I don't know. He must have somehow just right
place, right time, knew the right people.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. We get a new cast member today that we're meeting. Richard Ian Cox as Quicksilver. He voiced Inuyasha in several series, which you're not.
I was going to say, I definitely know this name.
Okay.
Richard Ian Cox.
But he also is Ranma.
Ranma! Yes.
His only other Marvel work, though, was a 2020 episode of Marvel Battle World.
I don't know what that is.
Battle World was like it was like a game with little figures, and then they made like shorts about it. You're not interested. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Marvel Battle World.
Marvel Battle World. He is in that. So yeah, that's the crew. Let me hit you with our X-Files segment here this time though, because it is Spyke, and this is his debut episode. Neil Dennis voices Spyke. This is his second time working with Christopher Priest. Christopher Priest voices Magneto in this series, and the two of them actually played father and son on Stargate SG-1.
Magneto is Teal'c.
Yeah, Magneto is Teal'c.
I have never made that connection.
Oh, yeah.
For whatever reason, okay, so I've never watched. To my knowledge, I have never seen an episode of Stargate SG-1.
Okay.
But I don't know, back in the day, you would see
the
beginning or end of shows you
Yeah.
weren't watching because they were just around the show you were watching.
Yeah.
So I think it must be something like that. But yeah, Teal'c, I can picture him perfectly.
I know. No, I can too.
That's so funny.
I think I've seen a couple of episodes of that, but I never was watching it. But yeah, he's Teal'c, and then Neil Dennis here plays Ryak, who is his son. So it's a funny little coincidence. He also appeared in the X-Files, where he played Catcher in the season 4 episode Home.
Oh, geez, Home. Whew. That's an episode that you don't let people watch the X-Files for the first time.
Okay. Okay. You want to talk Speed and Spyke?
I do.
Okay, let's do it.
So this episode starts with a basketball game.
That's right.
We're at some other school. I guess it's not the school where the X-Men are right now. But we're at some other school, and there's teens playing basketball. And we find Storm in the audience. And so we're like, interesting, what's the deal?
Right.
Turns out Storm has a nephew.
Yeah.
And I think I worked out that it's her sister.
Yeah, because his last name is not Monroe.
Right. So I think she has a sister.
Yeah.
And her sister has Evan.
Yes.
So he's her nephew.
That's
okay,
right. That's right.
So,
but right away I was a little confused by that because of Storm's background as like this orphan thief and everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that
strange
they're really
that she
messing
had
with that. A lot of this is like alternate universe vibes of this show.
All right.
And especially here because they're introducing this character. This is a brand new character.
Oh, okay.
I think that they just wanted to have him rooted somehow in the X-Men. And so they've given him to Ororo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of a cool idea, not something we really mess with much in the the original X-Men show, that, it's genetic, so it would make sense that, like, in families,
I mean, they do father and son stuff, but like, there's nothing. And they have a conversation a little later, and Storm and her sister are chatting, and Storm's like, we knew this was a possibility with the genetic stuff, and it looks like your son has
he has a little whoopsie when he's playing against Pietro, where he gets fouled or something, and, like, you see Spikes shoot out, and Storm sees it, but also Pietro sees it, but nobody else really does. So he kind of gets away with it. Yeah,
he like shoots out a spike a little bit, and then he like reabsorbs it. So I guess he's got control.
Yes. Yeah.
So it seems that Evan and Pietro are sort of rivals on the same team.
Would you say they have a heated rivalry?
It's very heated. No, just a regular rivalry.
Okay, all right, sorry.
As far as is on the screen. Understood. I can't speak to subtext in this case.
My fanfic, obviously, is a different story, but...
So Pietro and Evan are rivals. They're fighting in the locker room.
Yeah.
Then Storm has a conversation with Evan, and he does the kind of like typical TV teen, like, I don't want to talk about
You're
it.
Not my mom.
I got a handle on it.
Yeah.
I can handle it, whatever.
Yeah.
She wants to get him to go to the Xavier Institute, as all X-Men people want.
Right. But I mean, it's not there's no chill to it. I mean, we just see the Powers and Storm's like, I'm going to run back to the locker room right now and try to get him to come to the Xavier Institute.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, maybe let's all process.
Let's process for a little bit. I think, and it's interesting too, because she doesn't really seem to be freaked out by it. But I think maybe she's just been waiting to see if this was a thing, and now it's like, we're going to handle this.
Right. So then we sort of move on from this a little bit, and there's been this running thing where things are missing or whatever, and Evan keeps finding that his locker has been broken into. So we figure out that Pietro is the one who is actually doing this, unbeknownst to Evan. Pietro is just sort of like, I guess, a little chaos gremlin, and is just using his powers to mess things up, cause trouble.
Which is a little hard to track, because it does seem to be for no reason at all.
No, I know, and it doesn't really amount to anything. But so we're still talking to Evan's parents now, but now Storm is brought back up in the form of Jean and Scott, because who better than a couple of teenagers?
Just a couple of preppy ass teenagers.
Yeah.
They could speak to everyone.
Yeah.
So Evan still not on board.
Yeah.
He's pretty rude and takes off back to the school. He's going into the school after dark. I don't know why. This is just, maybe he's done this before. I don't know, but he's there. And Pietro is there and ends up wrecking all of the lockers and then dashing off.
Yeah.
And Evan is just there now with all of the wrecked lockers and is discovered.
So Evan learns that Pietro is also a mutant and takes the fall for this, like, locker damage.
Not intentionally.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
So now he's in jail.
Yeah, hard cut to prison.
He's in jail.
Yeah.
And so the X-Men come and chat with him, and they're like, it's all right. Xavier has connections everywhere.
Yeah.
Any given institutional situation can be solved by knowing Xavier. So he gets Evan out, and Evan wants revenge.
Yeah. This is a funny thing, because Magneto is trying to figure out how to get Quicksilver so they can get him to join the Brotherhood, and they hatch a scheme to have a basketball game, which is like such a funny contrivance. But okay, we're gonna have a basketball game, and that will help the plot here.
Yeah. So at the same time, Xavier and them are trying to get Evan, and Magneto is trying to get Quicksilver.
Yes.
We don't know why, but we know why.
Right. Yeah, and it does seem like they're doing it, because they have Magneto kind of show up and be the one. Yeah. I think it's very funny too that everybody else for most of this is just in their regular old street clothes. Mm-hmm. But every time Magneto shows up in Darkholm's office, he's in full Magneto regalia, and it's just so funny.
Well, it's like they're going X-Files. It's like he's cigarette-smoking man just lurking in the corner.
Yeah. It's funny, though. It's just, it's just like 2 p.m., and he's like, bring me the boy.
We do see him in a suit at some point.
Okay.
I can picture it. I don't know why that happens.
All right. Well, maybe. So Evan is coming around. We see him in the danger room, having a good time, letting loose. He and Kitty are kind of getting along and everything, and it kind of seems like we're heading in the right direction.
So outside of the school, he bumps up against Pietro again.
Yeah, we're getting ready for this game, and so they see each other.
Smack talk ensues. And there's gonna be this big fight, and then Jean and Scott show up, and they're like, X-Men are never alone, or whatever, and then they're all gonna gang up. gang up on
Quicksilver.
Pietro.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough. He's pretty good at what he's doing.
Yeah.
But
he's pretty much leveled the main street, so that's fine.
Quicksilver's running around. He ends up wrecking things again.
Yeah.
Basically, Jean stops him because she can just make him float. He can't run anymore. They're face to face. They're like, you can't be making him go to jail.
I thought I told you. Yeah.
And Quicksilver's like, well, sure, I'm the one who broke everything, but what are you going to do about it? Ha ha ha, I'm Quicksilver. Turns out they recorded it. And so now that gets Evan out of jail, I guess. I don't know what happens actually to Quicksilver in this, but they got Evan free.
Yeah, so Evan is free, but then Pietro ends up in jail.
Does he end up in jail?
Yes, only to be broken out by Magneto.
Right, okay.
And Quicksilver's like, all right, you knucklehead, I'll join your crew.
And that's basically like, we're all happy now.
Yeah,
so Quicksilver is with the Brotherhood now.
Yeah.
Spike has decided this is cool to be at the Xavier Institute and pool party.
Yeah,
everyone's
it's a
happy.
very like Hanna-Barbera kind of ending. Like, ha ha ha, we have a lot of fun here at the X Mansion. So what did you think?
It's good. It's just another one of these introducing a new character.
That's how
adding
I felt.
them to the fold. I think this is the last one that's like really that.
Yeah. It's just, I guess it's kind of a lame story. Like they have a basketball rivalry.
It is. It's not
it's not a natural, like this character has been in the mix and now we're sort of bringing him to the front. I know that they have to like reestablish, and they're aiming at kids who may not have grown up with the other show or may not be familiar with these characters, but it is getting a little exhausting that it's like, and another origin story, and another origin story.
I do think this is the last one that's like the beginning setup stuff. I think we're going to start to get into actual stories now. But I think that Quicksilver and Spike, while a strange pairing, work okay. Like the chemistry is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think, trying to introduce a brand new character and Quicksilver is maybe rushing things a little bit because you get a little confused about like, are we fighting? Are we friends?
Right.
What's going on here?
Well, it may have been more useful to kind of let Storm be the lens to bring this character in rather than, because she really, outside of those few conversations, she really doesn't have much to do in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, you could have had kind of like I want to say Family Ties, I don't know, like moment where it's just like she's like sitting on the bed and like, listen.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah. We could have just done this completely separate. Like maybe he's in another place and like the family calls Storm in because stuff is happening or something, and she brings him back in. I don't know. It just, I guess it's just some big characters to introduce. And there's really no like Quicksilver stealing, like why they don't get along. Like there's really no time or weight put into that. It's just sort of like, he's
just accept it.
He's the jerk one and he's the cool one, and that's just that. So to use their vernacular, I would rate this episode as a little lame.
Lame?
Yeah.
I was gonna go whack.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like that's harsh. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. This is the one where I think I noticed most it feeling confusing.
Yeah.
To be introducing somebody. Like the other ones I think worked pretty well, even though they were boring to be introducing, whatever.
Right.
But like this was like a little tough to track. But.
Yeah, agreed. I felt more warmly about Middleverse and would love to share some facts with you if you're open to that.
I would love that.
Okay.
Please share some facts.
All right. Well, this episode first aired January 21st, 2001. It was directed by Stephen E. Gordon, written by Adam Beecham. So we've had Sam Vincent on the show before. He voiced Cody.
Oh, yeah,
and
Cody.
He's done other bit voices. That's right. But he sort of settles into being Forge from here on out.
Okay.
Oh, he also voices Obi-Wan in the Yoda Chronicles.
You love the Yoda Chronicles.
No, incorrect.
You love it so much.
I don't. I really don't. For more on that, listen to This Endorian Life, because we have not had a good time with that show. But I thought this was kind of a cool introduction to Forge, because it took me a minute to be like, oh, it's Forge. It's going to be Forge.
Yeah.
I just didn't,
Well, as soon as, because the introduction is giant TV screens in a lab.
Yeah, I guess
he appears, and I was like, oh, that's Forge.
It's like the 70s aesthetic and everything threw me off, but no, it was cool. I liked it. Both these episodes are released on DVD in the collection Explosive Days.
Explosive Days.
You remember how this show has the wonkiest DVD release imaginable?
I do remember.
And that is the fact on Middleverse. So let's get into it.
All right, Middleverse. Starts with lunch outside.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I don't think that we could eat lunch outside.
Sometimes we could. It depended on the day and who was working the lunch detail that day. We see that Spyke has been accepted into the group. He's at the cool kids table with everybody else. They're just pals now, which is fun.
Everybody's palling around.
That's right.
We are starting to see the archetypes arising with Kurt is the goofy one,
right?
And Scott is the serious one.
He's the Cyclops
and they're starting,
one.
And they're starting to butt heads a little bit.
Yeah.
They're talking about wanting to go to a party, and Scott is very much against this. And it largely seems to land on Kurt,
right?
Because he, like, his image inducer thing doesn't do anything for, like, feeling his body. So if you're at a party, you know, you're going to bump up against people.
Yeah.
It's not the worst reason, but it basically lands with everyone being like, you're no fun. And Scott being like, you're too crazy.
I guess, but I mean, you could sort of solve that problem by wearing a long sleeve shirt. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's an insurmountable. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Rogue went to parties.
Anyway, but we've set up this thing that Cyclops and Nightcrawler, they're just not gelling.
Yes. And so Nightcrawler tries to, like, really push Scott and jumps up on the table and is like, let's party, everything's partying, and his tail comes loose, and Scott, even I know, Scott grabs his tail and pulls him down. And I was really pleased with how mad Nightcrawler was about that.
It's true.
Because, like, people don't have tails.
Sure.
So, like, you don't really know how a person would respond to someone grabbing their tail.
I would say not
but it
warmly,
seems to me that is very disrespectful.
Yeah.
You cannot be grabbing people's tails.
Yeah.
So Kurt is very mad. Scott feels self-righteous, and they butt heads, and then Kurt just, like, bamfs off.
Yeah.
He has a cute line. What does he say? He says, like, there's something I want you to hear.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And then he's just like, poof.
And he goes, bamf.
Bamf. Yes, of course.
So anyway, he's gone, and Scott immediately, to his credit, says that he blew it.
Yeah, that's true.
He seems to really, like,
I
like
his
Scott
leadership
in this.
role.
Yes, I think Scott in this does a really good balance of being young and being, like, taking his responsibility very seriously, but in, like, a relational way, not like in the 90s cartoon. I mean, they're adults, and I feel like a lot of Scott's vibe is very, like, I have a responsibility to the mission. I have the responsibility to lead this military team.
Yeah.
And in this, it really does feel more like relationship based.
Yeah, it's almost like
I need
socially.
to be I need to be a good mentor.
Yeah.
I need to be a good role model, like those kinds of things, which I think is cool.
Yeah. So he bamfs away, and we see that he's not really good at controlling this. So he has sort of a crash landing in a basement storage room.
Yeah.
And in the process of the crash landing, damages his whatever it is, the holographic thing.
And Rogue smells the sulfur from his teleportation and
Yeah.
kind of like is creeping in, trying to figure out what's going on. He sees that she's coming, doesn't know it's her, and freaks out. And there's a blocked off door, is like, do not enter.
No, it says
something like
stay
that.
out.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny.
So he goes in
Yeah.
to hide from the person who's coming. And there's these giant TV screens, like a dozen of them. And they just immediately light up because he crosses like a laser boundary.
There's like a laser boundary in the ground.
And so they turn on, and it's Forge, and he's being like, hi, so this is self-destructing in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So Kurt, like, runs up to the computers and is, like,
he's
trying to
like,
turn it off. I'm like,
do
you
something.
do not know how to do this. What are you doing?
Well, what else is he going to do?
Leave! Though? Just leave!
Well, I think he's concerned that it's going to, like, blow up the whole building or something.
I guess.
He's trying to stop the explosion.
So anyway, he fails.
Yeah.
And it explodes and blasts him out the door and hits Rogue. And she's like, oh, are you okay? And she's really, like, showing her good side a lot of this, because, like, he keeps getting hurt and she keeps trying to help him.
Right.
And that kind of thing.
And then they find the Phantom Zone projector.
Yes.
They find a little device and they kind of tussle with it, and it ends up pointed at Nightcrawler, and when she grabs it, a beam fires and he disappears.
Yes.
And from her perspective, he just disappears. And we see that he has found himself in the Middleverse.
The Middleverse. So, he's basically out of phase with the rest of the world.
Although
like, he's seeing the same things. He's saying things that are happening.
Right.
But he can't interact with them. They can't see him.
Right. Yeah. Occasionally it's like they'll see an echo or something like that. But so he's in there. This is where it gets really crazy to me, because she's like, oh no, what happened?
Yeah.
She's like, I guess I'll throw this in the dumpster.
Yes.
Like,
Which I initially really struggled with that. But then I was like, but kids, man.
Yeah, I
like,
guess.
She feels like she just did something really
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
And like panics and tries to run away from it. And that's pretty real, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, she grabs the thing and throws it in the dumpster and is sort of wrestling, I guess, for the rest of it. You sort of see her off on the side while people are having conversations, very visibly struggling with what has happened.
I mean, she's not thrilled with it. I mean, she doesn't want him to just be gone forever. So, you know.
I noticed, especially when she's like, right after he disappears, she goes up and she's sort of like wafting in the sparkles of it having left. I found the animation in this episode to be really expressive. And I don't know if that's new for this episode or if I'm just noticing it, but just like small facial expressions and like motions like that, I felt very like evocative.
No, I noticed that on her too, and I wondered if it was because she has like a very deep purple eyeshadow and like her lips are purple, and so there's just like all sorts of color on her face that I felt like they were able to use in a way. But it was, I think, particularly like the shadows with the bangs and everything was really noticeable on Rogue.
So she throws it away, but Toad, who has been scolded by Darkholm for being near her car, which she drove toward him. Like he was already there.
Trying to eat a bug.
He was trying to eat a bug. Yeah. He's Toad.
Yeah.
And Darkholm pulls in to the parking lot and like shoves him out of the way and then is like, you can't be near my car. So not fair. But anyway, he's mad at her and he finds this device and he runs off with it and he just starts zapping crap.
Yeah, and noticing that things disappear. So he empties Darkholm's office. There's a car in the parking lot he empties and
everything,
so on.
Everything that he zaps, you then see in the Middleverse. Kurt is like,
he's like,
it
just
keeps
a
like
car
dropping
falling on me
on him. So that's happening. Kurt comes across Forge.
Yes.
And they're just fast friends. They're fine. Forge has been there since the 70s.
1978.
He hasn't aged, but I assume that he has been conscious for those decades.
Yeah.
So inside must be like an adult.
He's not crazy, as I think you probably would be.
Because he's just been alone that whole time. But he's like doing a lot of tinkering and things.
For 22 years? Just tinkering?
I mean, I think so. Because like he does just while he's there, he's tinkering with things. True. So I guess you get the vibe
that that's just a very full life.
What he's been doing.
He has a very full life. It's the important of hobbies.
But he sees in Kurt this possibility because Kurt teleports, obviously.
Right.
And maybe this is something new
that
will work. Because the problem is someone on the outside has to do something to get them out.
Right.
And he's never had any possibility of that happening. But Kurt, maybe we can do something.
So we cut back to Jean and Scott, who are still talking about the kerfuffle early on with Kurt and the party. And Scott's like, I don't know how to fix this. How do we do it? And they hear some kids talking about seeing a blue demon ghost, and they're like, oh, wait, hold on. So they are trying to put this together, like, what's going on. But they run into the villains,
Blob and Avalanche.
Blob, you know.
Which, while we were watching it, I was, like, looking at them all together, and I was like, rich kids.
Yeah.
Good. Poor kids, bad? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, the imagery that they're using is definitely pulling on those specific stereotypes. So it's kind of a weird, in hindsight, looking at it, it's like, guys, come on.
But anyway, so they fight in the hallway. Darkholm comes up and is like, what is happening out here? Oh, I should have done a building.
Hey.
But she calls out Jean and Scott.
Yeah.
And is like, you get in my office. Even though, like, Blob is holding Scott over his head.
She's a bad guy.
She's a bad guy. It's fine.
Yeah.
She's, like, bringing them into her office and then discovers that it has been emptied by
all
Toad.
the furniture has been sent to the Middleverse.
And so she basically just leaves. She's like, I gotta figure this out.
I don't know what this is about. I gotta figure this,
And then Scott and Jean look out the window and they see Toad hopping around making things disappear, and they put two and two together.
Yeah, they're like, we have something missing, and he's making things disappear. So they
take the time to throw on their uniforms.
Yes.
And gather the team.
Yeah.
And so the X-Men go chasing after Toad. Toad's just running around, continuing to disappear things. And They fight.
Yes, fighting happens. We see a little bit of Nightcrawler and Forge is explaining that, like, he was creating this pocket universe and then he got trapped in it. And all the while he's been tinkering on this device that he thinks might allow Nightcrawler to touch base with reality for a limited amount of time. And that's like their Hail Mary, basically, you know, how they think they could get out of here.
So the X-Men finally get the device from Toad. And then they're about to interrogate Toad, and Rogue appears and is like, listen, it was me. But I really enjoy how she handles this situation because, like, she's been struggling. She's been emotional. She's sad that she did something to Kurt. But when it comes down to, like, admitting what happened, you don't have her coming in and being really conciliatory.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't come in and say, it was me. I admit it. Mm-hmm. How can I help? No. They have Toad. And she just immediately is like, it wasn't him. It was me. Mm-hmm. And if you want to know what happened to your friend, you better let my friend go. Yeah. Which I just love how she just holds her power in all of these moments.
Yeah, it's true.
It's really cool because, like, it would be so easy because they know that she's going to end up a good guy. Yeah. And so it would be really tempting to spend this whole time. You mean. Yeah, for the writers to spend the whole time with her just feeling sad that she's not a good guy.
Right.
But they really show why she is where she is. Right. They give her real, actual motivations.
Yeah. Well, they give her space to be ambivalent.
Yes. You know? And, like, ambivalent, not in a, do I want to be bad or do I want to be good? But, like, which of these environments is ultimately healthy for me? There's one that was immediately embracing me as an outsider.
Yeah.
And then there's this other one that seems like they say that they want to embrace me, but they seem a little high and mighty.
Yeah, they have
and
a
like,
real lacrosse energy.
Yacht energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that she sees the Brotherhood as more like a natural fit.
Right.
Without having to, like, contort herself into something.
She's like, do I want, like, preppy kids, ragtag group of misfits?
Right.
You know,
and I just think that's cool that you get to really see the actual reasons and not just she found them first and is trapped.
Yeah.
And what's she gonna do?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And so she takes them down to where the whole thing went down, like where the lab was and everything.
Jean finds a little holographic device that Kurt dropped.
And she continues to talk them through it while still maintaining her viewpoint in the whole thing. Because a couple times she still is like, okay, shut up, Scott.
Yeah.
Like, I have all the information, so I will be giving it if I want to.
Yeah. And I sort of trust her more with the information because as soon as he has it, he's like, let's just destroy it.
We should just destroy it.
That should help.
Yeah.
We smash it.
The X-Men now have the device. They have the basic information of what is happening. And they're sort of deciding what they're going to do. And the Brotherhood shows up.
Right.
So it's just going to be another little rumble.
Right. And meanwhile, Kurt and Forge have been watching this the whole time. And they're like, well, they can't destroy it. We'll be trapped here forever.
Right.
So it's kind of like it's now or never to use this device. It's a very
tense moment.
Yeah.
Scott is like, how can you be with these guys? And Rogue says, listen, Scott, you've got your friends, I've got mine.
Yep.
And she just, like, walks out. She's like, this isn't my fight. You guys, whatever. Yep. She just leaves, and I just love it.
Yeah.
I love it for her.
She's cool.
Then it's just the X-Men trying to figure out what to do with this thing. And, Scott's just like, I'll blow it up.
Yeah.
I don't,
weird.
Why?
I have no idea.
You would ever.
They're not even like, maybe we should take this back to the professor or anything like that. It's just like, in this moment, let's blow up the only thing that connects it to...
they must think that it's holding them hostage kind of thing. Like, it's holding them in the Middleverse.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That is still...
This is a crazy thing to think. Silly. But they're set. They're going to destroy it. They're arguing about how they're going to destroy it, but they're going to destroy it. Kurt and Forge are watching, saying, please don't do this. And Forge is, like, quickly throwing together the thing that he was going to do to let Kurt communicate with the other side. And they're just like, I guess we're going to just have to do this.
Yep.
And so Kurt knows that he has to tell them not to destroy it.
Yeah.
And that they have to reset it.
Yeah.
So he appears for, like, not even a second, I feel like. It's really fast.
It is.
He appears and he says, reset, don't destroy.
Yeah.
But the destroy is kind of cut off.
Yeah.
Now, to me, I know all the background. I know what he's trying to say. It seems very clear to me what he's saying.
Right.
It is not clear to the team.
No.
So Spyke just bursts right in and is like, there, see? He said, reset, don't.
Yeah.
Like, don't reset it.
Yeah. Now, if this were the Yoda Chronicles, that would be an accurate reading. But here, it really doesn't.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. Well, and there's a little confusion because like, Kitty is like, what did he say? What? And they're like, I think he said, like, so I think they didn't quite, like, it just happened so fast. They're like wrapping their heads around it.
I mean, he says reset.
Right.
It sort of seems like your immediate reaction would be, he wants us to reset it. But the immediate thing is, don't reset it.
Right.
He popped in to stop you from destroying it, to tell you to destroy it, is what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Luckily, Scott has a rare moment of self-reflection.
Yeah.
And he works it out. And he's like, but why would he do that?
Yeah.
Why would he say that?
Yeah.
I don't think you would say reset, don't. I think you would say don't reset. And they do a little bit of stuff with, like, do we trust Nightcrawler?
Yeah, there's a
he's
lot
such
of,
a
like,
joker.
He's a joker, but Cyclops,
which doesn't super fit, but I get what they're going for.
I think it's just to set up Cyclops to be like, hey, man, Kurt is a joker, but, like, he knows when it's time to be serious, and this is that time. So it's like, you know, Scott has come to that realization, and I think they're just teeing him up for that. So they find the reset button, they press it, and it opens, but, like, not enough.
Yeah, they're talking. Forge is talking like Kurt needs to bamf them out.
Yeah.
Of, like, through the portal.
Right.
But there's not enough energy in his little device that they put together, which is just two AA batteries.
Right. That's powering it. Yeah.
And so the thing is closing and they're panicking. We don't have the power. How can we do this? And Kurt is like, I have an idea.
I knew what they were going to do.
I need another energy source.
Yeah. So they bamf away.
And Scott's like, what are they doing?
Yeah. So meanwhile, like, the Brotherhood, I think this is actually where the Brotherhood...
Oh, is this where they come in?
The Brotherhood comes in here. And so, so now we have this little kerfuffle. So they start fighting a little bit. And the X-Men are just kind of like, okay, well, we got to hold the line and not let this this thing get destroyed. So they're fighting and they're fighting. And we see... In Middleverse, we see Forge and Nightcrawler get in the car that Toad had sent earlier, and they're like, here goes nothing, and they just drive straight for the portal, which was it was so fun. I loved that.
It's like a crazy thing, but, like, you know what the visual's going to be, and you're just like,
it's very satisfying. So they blast through, and
Blob, you hear the horn honk first.
Yeah, and Blob kind of goes up and stops the car, and the airbags deflate and everything, and it's like, hey, they're back, and hey, this is our pal.
Yeah, it hits Blob, and Blob is like, it's a good thing I'm the Blob.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and then they just walk away. They're just like,
they're like, all right, well, whatever.
This is boring.
So Scott is like, hey, Forge, you know, you're welcome to come with us. And he decides that no, he's been in there long enough. He wants to find his family. And he just heads off on his own, which I thought was weird because he's been in there for
odd.
22 years.
It does seem like he might go to the thing. Like, he doesn't have to join the X-Men, but, like, it does seem like he would spend the night at the mansion
just something.
Or anything at all.
Just kind of debrief and, you know, or at the very least that they would, like, be like, let's just drive you home. Let's just make sure, you know. But that's all we see. He just walks away.
Which, you know, to be fair, is very Forge. Like, it feels right for him.
Yes. So the X-Men just load up in Scott's convertible, and they're like, hey, we're going to sneak Kitty into this party, and Kurt and Cyclops, they can find, you know, a balance with their differences.
Yes.
And they're just going to have a
we get
good
a classic
night.
Spyke.
Yeah, that's right.
Which kind of felt late for Spyke.
I think it was. I feel like that was like middle school for me, and this was, you know, much later. But I wouldn't hate it.
They're ready. They're like, they make up and everything, and then Scott's like, okay, let's go run a level 3 danger room session or whatever. And they're all like, no. And then he says, psych.
Yep.
Which I guess maybe is supposed to be a little nerdy.
Yeah. And it was, so.
But I like how they're building the rapport in the team.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to really, like, genuinely be a unit now. And this isn't just another thing where, like, you know, Kitty can't technically get in because she's a freshman, but she's with the X-Men, and we're all going to go together. You know, it's nice.
I don't know. I liked this episode, and it felt like an episode. It also had sort of a like, I don't know, this whole like other dimension and them working it out, it felt very like classic sci-fi.
Yeah.
It felt more like that kind of thing than an X-Men kind of thing, but like in a good way. You know, I felt like all the pieces fit together really well.
It felt like a story.
Yeah.
We
had no
new.
adults. We didn't see Storm or Xavier or Wolverine or anything like that. It's just kind of like the core crew.
Figuring things out.
Yeah, I thought this was, and I didn't hate the Speed and Spike episode, but this one I actually like enjoy.
Yeah, so we're getting into actual like storylines now.
Yeah,
I think that'll be a good shift for the show.
I agree. I'm ready for it.
So next time we're going to be talking up Turn of the Rogue. What could that possibly mean?
I don't know.
Turn of the Rogue?
I don't believe that's an expression, but we'll find out. We'll find out.
Thank you to Prophetic Music for our theme song. Previously on X-Men is brought to you by the Radio Meanwhile Network. Current shows on the network include This Endurian Life, where they talk about the Yoda Chronicles, and 90210 Here We Go. Please rate, subscribe, or share this show wherever you get your podcasts.
Bye.